I'm Lauren with FindMyDentist.com, and today I'm going to be talking to you about proper flossing technique for adults. Before you begin to floss, you want to pick a floss type that you are comfortable using and that makes flossing more enjoyable to you. This will increase the likelihood that you will floss on a daily basis, and it will also make flossing in between the teeth a much less taboo experience. To start, you want to take your floss of choice and unravel about an arm's length or 18 inches of floss from the package. Once you've cut the floss out of the package, you ravel both ends around your middle fingers until you come to a short piece that can be easily manipulated between your thumb and your index fingers. That's very important because the more control we have over the floss, the less we risk floss cuts, which are very painful and happen when you snap the floss in between the teeth into the gingiva. I'll be demonstrating the proper technique on this Type It Up model. And I'll reiterate that, like brushing, flossing is something that is best done in a consistent sequence. So you want to start with the upper right most back tooth that you have in your mouth and work your way around to the upper left. Then drop down to the lower left and go to the lower right. That way you will have a circular motion to your flossing and you won't miss any tooth surfaces. Again, about 30 to 40% of tooth surfaces are missed when you don't floss and you merely brush. So this is a very important habit to add to your oral hygiene regimen. Now, I will demonstrate on a front tooth the proper technique so that it's easy for you to see. You'll want to take the floss and hold it between your thumb and your index finger. Wedge the floss in between the teeth comfortably and carefully. Again, try to avoid snapping the floss, and once you have it in between the teeth, make a C shape with your floss so that it sort of hugs the tooth and can get bacteria from around those surfaces. Make sure you repeat it for the opposite surface in between the teeth, and then pull your floss out. Once the floss has been pulled out from the teeth, make sure you move along your piece of floss, and this is where having a long piece of floss comes in handy, and use a new piece so that you don't redeposit bacteria in between the next tooth surfaces. As you're going along, pay attention to not do any floss cutting in between the teeth, and move until you've covered all the surfaces. Although there are no teeth adjacent to the most posterior or back teeth, it's also important to floss behind them because plaque can get lodged in between those pits and fissures and crevices, and it's very hard to brush there, so you want to make sure that you floss. Once you've completely finished flossing and you're done with all the teeth, you want to discard the floss in a waste receptacle and make sure you wash your hands because bacteria can get on your hands when you're flossing. If you choose to use floss picks that are increasingly popular because they make accessing the back teeth easier, you want to make sure that you use a new pick for every surface so that you're not redepositing that bacteria. Flossing is a habit that is best done before brushing because brushing is something that you are used to already, so if you floss before you brush, it's more likely that it'll become a habit over time. A large percentage of the population doesn't floss every day, and it's one of the easiest and best things you can do to maintain good oral hygiene in between the teeth and to prevent dental cavities from occurring. I'm Lauren for FindMyDentist.com, and this has been Proper Flossing Technique for Adults. Thank you.